Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to make the setting adjustments in ACT to be able to connect to the Outlook calendar as well as any inbound meeting requests that you may get from Outlook, how to set that up so they'll automatically go into ACT. Let's show you how to do that now. All right, so here we are. So you're looking at my screen. We're going to go over here to the Tools drop-down menu. We're going to go over to Preferences, and we're going to go over to Email and Outlook Sync tab. And so once we click on that, there's two components. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to go into the email system settings, because that's the one we're going to flag to be able to say when you get an inbound meeting request from an Outlook meeting request that you're able to actually have it go into your ACT database. So let's just click on here, and then we just go next, and we go next, and we're going to go next. We're going to go to 4 of 9. So we're on 4 of 9, and then we're just going to kind of go through the settings here. So we don't want to deal with that one. We don't want to deal with that one. These are just histories. And I should mention while we're in here, this particular one is sending them out. So I've got it set up date, time, subject, and message. And you've got different choices that you can choose from here. And then I've got nothing for automation. This second one is an automated one. So once emails come in, I'd really recommend that you don't choose one of the ones in there. Just leave it at none. Otherwise, any email conversations you had are going to be tracked. So, hey, how are you? I'm doing fine. What are you doing this week? You know, those kind of conversations, that all gets tracked. And so I don't recommend that. This next one is for inbound ones where you can attach them. And now this one here, this is the one where you're getting an email invitation to a contact. So recommended is ACT. You can have Outlook. You can have Outlook and ACT. You want to use ACT on this one. And then you have a choice of none, automatically creating an activity and putting it into the database, or you can choose edit. I personally like the edit one myself, but it's not a right or wrong. You choose what you want. So if you click accept on an email that comes in, if you have it on the auto, it'll just go in and it'll create an activity in your ACT database. If you have it on edit, it'll pop up. You can make a few adjustments and then press OK, and then it'll go into your ACT calendar. So either one works, and then you can just go next, next. So that I should just mention that the screen that is screen 8 of 9 up here. So you can see right there. And then that's the one you want to make that adjustment for any inbound invitations. We'll finish that off. And now we're going to go down here to the Outlook preferences. So this is where you're going to synchronize back and forth. Now the question would be, why are you having two calendars? Why are you using ACT and Outlook? So you choose if it makes sense for having using your Outlook to be able to synchronize back and forth, fine. And there's two different ways to set it up. So let's just go into the settings. And we're not going to deal with the synchronization of contacts. We're just going to deal with the synchronization of calendar. All right, now that this has uploaded the preferences for this contact, we're going to go into synchronization calendar, and it says do not synchronize. We're going to change that, and then you have choices. You've got one-way sync from ACT to Outlook, one-way sync from Outlook to ACT, and two-way sync. Now the one-way sync, again, it depends on what your use case is, what you'd want to use here. So if you're just wanting to get ACT calendar items onto your Outlook calendar so that you can maybe see them on your phone in an Outlook on your phone, then I would use a one-way sync. One-way sync from Outlook to ACT, that means you're using Outlook more than you are ACT probably, and you'll want to ask the question, okay, why? And if you've got a valid reason of why you want to do it that way, that's fine. I don't have very many people who are using this. And then you have two-way sync. So let's deal with one-way sync first. So one-way sync, and then you go into advanced settings, and then you can choose, you know, what information you want synced, or what type of activity types you want. And so you would go through and just check off the ones that you want to be synchronized back and forth. And then what you would do is you'd go down and say, okay, select days on calendar to synchronize. So this one is going to go 14 days ago in the past. You can go up to 30, and I wouldn't go more than 15 or 14. And then how many days ahead? You want to be careful going too far ahead, but you kind of decide. I would either do 30 or 60. Probably, if you want to do less, you can. But I would usually, the default is 30. 60 is not bad. And then once you've set that up, you want to ring alarms in Act and Outlook, or I just want to ring the alarms in Act, or just ring the alarms in Outlook. You choose how you want this to let you know when an alarm pops up. So you choose what's right for you. There's no right or wrong here. And then you press OK. And that sets up your advanced settings. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is go over to Synchronize Automatic, can't say that right, Schedule Automatic Synchronization. So on this particular one, I would use, you've got lots of different settings. This synchronize in real time when records change, I personally wouldn't use that. Puts a bit of a load on your system. I would use the synchronize every 15 minutes. And synchronization timer, always synchronize. So you can actually have it, start of the day, end of the day. So you could have it start at 8 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. I'd see login delay in minutes. I don't think you need to really change that. So make your adjustments in here that are going to work specifically for you. But I would choose for the auto sync, just do it every 15 minutes. It's not going to put a load on your system. And then you can choose whether it synchronizes always or you just synchronizes, like this would sync 15 minutes. As long as your system is on, it's going to sync, or Act is open, it's going to do it. So I would probably recommend this one better, and then just choose in here that you're going to actually do it at 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m., whenever you start, and whatever the end of the day is for you, and have it do it that way. And that's what I would recommend. Once you're done, you press OK. I'm not going to do OK because I don't want it to sync. I want to go back a bit. And then the other thing is if you're going to do a two-way sync, it's exactly the same. So you still have your adjustment settings here of what you want it to sync. You still have your schedule, and I would still have it at the same 15 minutes. And from the beginning of the day to the end of your day, press OK there. And then this one just has a little bit different of information based on two-way syncing. If the same activity has been updated in Act and Outlook, which one do you keep? So if the same activity is in both, do you keep the Act one, do you keep the Outlook one, or the newest activity? And that would be this. And then we have down here, when an activity is cleared in Act, do you leave the activity on the Outlook calendar, or do you delete it off the Outlook calendar? I recommend the deleted off the Outlook calendar, and I always use to keep the Act activity if there's a conflict. And then once you press OK here. I haven't pressed OK. Then you can press OK. It's going to pop up and say, are you ready to sync? You go, yes, I'm ready to do a live sync. It'll do an initial first sync, and then after that, every 15 minutes, it'll sync. Hope this works for you. If you have any questions, you can reach out to our support staff by emailing support@corelogix.ca, and we'd be happy to give you a hand on that. Hope you have a great day, and all the best. Bye for now.